But the other side of things that I don't think a lot of people would have seen, a lot of people would have understood that was going through your life post that, or even during that time period, was all the struggles you had family wise in regards to your kids. You know, Lexi was born with Hirschsprung's disease. That's struggle street.
It's been a huge development part of my life. So even her being born, my children are born through IVF.
Okay.
I don't even know what that stands for. I'm sure there's that.
I've looked it up about 7 times, so I could sound smart. I forgot what it stands for.
Yeah, I'm sure it stands for something very technical. You can look it up if you like.
Sure.
But my kids, all 3 of my kids, were all conceived through IVF. So I'm very blessed that we have that technology. But it took us a long time to get to that stage where we were ready to take that step.
Yeah.
And to have a family through those means.
So what's the reason for IVF? Just in case someone doesn't know, what's the reason to go down that path?
So when you can't naturally have children, science God through science has given us the opportunity to be able to get Elaine to have a child. Still us, they're still our children, but not through the usual means.
The stock standard,
yeah. So for us, it's been a journey because that's not traditional.
Yeah.
We're Arab, first of all.
Yep.
Even as Christians, we don't want to play God.
Yeah.
But also, God has given us the spirit of discernment. He's very pro-life. And so we had used that, the means of the science and the technology that we have now to have our children. So, I say that in one sentence, but that's a lot of months and years of praying, fasting, discussing, and coming to a decision of, this is still pleasing to the Lord, and this is how we want to have a family, because otherwise we would have no family. Children.
And how long did it take for you and Elaine to come to a place where you were comfortable with exploring that option?
From when we first found out that we were unable to have children naturally, it was a 4-year process. Now, a lot of that wasn't just deciding, but along that 4-year process, there were many obstacles or hurdles in which we came to a crossroad of, do we keep going or do we stop? Like, is this a sign from God to stop, or is this God telling us not to do this? You second guess yourself, because I guess we always had that sense of we don't want to not be in God's will.
Yeah.
But we asked God to open doors or close doors as He saw fit, because we wanted to be walking in His will. We didn't want to do anything that was going to go in contradiction to what He wanted for hers in my life. Yeah. As the head of the home, I was trying very hard to ensure that I wasn't steering her in the wrong way. She was very accommodating, and she was very submissive to what I was saying. So, I couldn't use Elaine as the gauge of
whether or not
this is, because she was very supportive, and she was happy to follow what I had, a final decision that I had made if we were sitting on the fence together.
Yeah,
she would always rely on me. So I had the added pressure of ensuring that I was doing the right thing. Now, God opened many doors, and fast forward, Elaine, Lexi, we find out that we're pregnant with Lexi. And then you're on this high because, God opened that door.
Finally did it.
It's fantastic. We're 5 years into our marriage, and we finally fallen pregnant with our first child. It's, for Christians, it's like an eternity waiting.